All right, so going off of that, we're going to talk about a couple other small vocab words. A set. A set is a group of information or outcomes that is written in set notation. So we want to know, take away what set notation is. And we want to know that a sample space, we want to do sample space is the set of all possible outcomes. So we are going to practice writing sample spaces in set notation. So for this first example, it says the sample space will be, includes the set of the factors of 20. And the question says, write the sample space in set notation. So remember, the sample space is all of the options. And set notation is I put those options in brackets. And we usually write them in numerical order. And so the factors of 20 are the numbers that multiply together to get 20. So I get 1 and 20 multiplied to 20. So 1's the smallest number, 20 is the biggest number that will be here. So I put them on each side. 2 times 10 also equals 20. So I have 2 and 10. And then 4 times 5 will also multiply to 20. So the set notation comes from the brackets. The set notation comes from the brackets. And on the inside, I put all of the options that are going in the brackets. On the inside goes all of the options. All right, so let's practice with that again on the next page. So we're at the top of page 5. We're going to skip these two though, or these three, because we don't know what that symbol means yet, but you will. So put the elements in set notation that are multiples of 2. So multiples of 2 are just the multiples of 2. They answer the question 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 4. It's everything 2 goes into. So 2 goes into itself, 2 goes into 4, 2 goes into 6. It's all my even numbers, my multiples of 2, 10, and there's more, so I just do ... But you want to make sure that you have the set notation, and don't stress yourself out with if you can't make the brackets. It's pretty hit or miss for me, but you want to make sure you make some sort of brackets. Even factors, well, even factors are all my even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, again, ... If there's more, we can put ... And then odd numbers. Odd factors, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, ... So your key takeaway is, can you put things in set notation? Can you put them in the set notation? Okay. Now we're going to talk about theoretical versus experimental probability. So we're going to talk about theoretical versus experimental probability. And so remember, theoretical probability is based on what should happen in a perfect world. And so we're going to do these examples using dice. We're going to use these examples using dice. And so we're going to talk about dice a lot because it's oftentimes most students have seen a dice. And so a dice has 6 sides, and all numbers 1 through 6 show up. And we want to find the probability in a perfect world of rolling a 5. And remember, for probability, we have that formula. Probability is equal to your want divided by your total. Okay, so the probability of rolling a 5. The probability of rolling a 5 on a standard dice. And my options for my dice are up here at the top. All right, the probability of rolling a 5. Well, how many total options do I even have? I usually start with my total. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 options. And out of those options, I want to roll a 5. So how many 5s do I have out of my 6 options? Well, I only have 1 5. So the probability that I roll a 5 in a perfect world on a dice is 1 out of 6. Using that same mentality, the probability that I roll a 6 is also going to be 1 out of 6. There's 6 options, 1 through 6, and there's only one number 6. So my probability is 1 through 6, or 1 out of 6. Okay. In a perfect world, my probability of rolling an even number, well, let's see. 2 is an even number, 4 is an even number, and 6 is an even number, all out of my options. And rolling an even number, 1, 2, 3, I have 3 of them, 3 options out of 6 total options. Okay? And you also want to make sure that you reduce your fraction every time. 3 out of 6 reduces down to 1/2. If you're not sure how to reduce a fraction, please use your calculator. Your calculator will reduce fractions for you. Ask Siri, ask your calculator, but your answer has to be in the most simplified version. All right.